Hi, welcome to the Silver Spleen. My name is Julius Orange, and this is my review of The Sorcerer and the White Snake. I knew that The Sorcerer and the White Snake wasn't going to be great cinema going in. The main investor is Yang Zi, who directed Chase Our Love, a film that's so bad that people I know with advanced degrees, who've been to film school, can't figure out what the f*** it means. The fact that he's also Eva Huang's benefactor, and she's the lead female in The Sorcerer and the White Snake, is strictly coincidental, I'm sure. Trust me, I'm a doctor. Guess where this hand has been? Good question. Why don't we ask his wife? Yeah, he's married, just not to Eva. But if I'm going to be honest, I have to admit Eva Huang is nowhere near the most annoying cast member in this film, because the other snake is played by Charlene Choi. Take, for example, her approach to playing the green snake character, previously played by Maggie Cheung.
Her performance is more devilish and feminine. My green snake is happy and cute.
Really? Because your character's very uncute behavior caused me to blurt out the acronym for civilians under naval training in a cinema. I was ashamed of saying it, but I wasn't unjustified. You know, maybe The Sorcerer and the White Snake was really intended for kids, since that's how a lot of it plays. So within that context, maybe it's okay for Charlene Choi to cheapen and trivialize a character whose precedent is, frankly, iconic. Then again, it would take a child's eye not to notice that the CGI used in The Sorcerer and the White Snake is pretty shoddy. It looks about 10 years behind the curve. Though, to be fair, it is used to endow Eva Huang and Charlene Choi with something they don't have. No, not tails and scales. Tits. I guess that's for Dad to look at when he brings the kids to the movie. He probably doesn't want to look at Jet Li, because it's a middle-aged Jet Li. He plays a Buddhist monk who wants to capture the snakes. He's also mentoring a young monk, sharing his hard-earned wisdom.
Chicks, can I hold a smoke?
Now don't get me wrong, Jet Li is still worth watching. It's just kind of difficult to watch him now because it reminds you of watching him back then. The young Jet Li is gone and we all miss him. Even Jet Li misses him, tempting demonesses performing the dreaded poison dragon drill. But Li's seniority here is actually a blessing, if for no other reason than it shows how much an actor can grow. This is shown more vividly, perhaps, by the other male cast members, who quite simply can't compete with him. Did you touch my hose? Raymond Lam Feng plays an herbalist, who falls in love with the white snake. Too bad sharks aren't historically a part of China. He falls in love with her after being shamelessly manipulated and deceived, but then again, weddings are big business in China. I wonder if that's Yang Zi's wife's wedding dress. Besides, to some extent, Lam Feng brings it on himself. After all, he is a sorcerer, or at least a doctor. Somehow in China, herbal medicine constitutes sorcery. In fact, in China, the film had a different English title. Actually, it's crap in any language. Smitten with her sorcerer, White Snake takes him home to meet her family, in a scene that reinforces the idea that The Sorcerer and the White Snake was really made for children after all. The only useful thing you can really take from it is the concrete knowledge that Miriam Young must have been completely fucking broke. No one mentioned to me that this was probably a kid's movie. The marketing didn't seem to imply it, it just kind of turned out that way, which I found out the hard way. And the hard way is the only way anybody with a 3-digit IQ is going to get through this movie. Jet Li says that he only makes movies now to fund his charities. And I honestly, sincerely respect him for that, and I suppose that makes his participation forgivable. I mean, I can't imagine why else he would be involved in this mess. I had hoes all over me! The Sorcerer and the White Snake makes absolutely no contribution to cinema, let alone mankind. Well, maybe one. Until this came along, the cheesiest white snake you could find was this. Now, in a sense, I think this movie is worth watching just because it's one of those things where you can't believe how bad it really is. But if you want to watch it, pay for it. Rent it, buy a disc. In the description, there's a link where you can buy this movie. That's what you should do. If you didn't enjoy this review, leave me a comment and say whatever you like. If you did enjoy the review, leave me a comment. If you enjoy the channel, please think about subscribing. Thank you, and please remember to bring the dog in when it's cold.